Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fujoshi Commentary, your go-to place for anime, manga, and yaoi facts, recommendations, and reviews. All done by yours truly. So today I'm going to give you guys sort of a update to a pending question that has plagued most of the Western anime community, and that is, where the fuck is my second season? I'm sure we've seen it with anime from as iconic to Dead Man Wonderland to anime that have actually been confirmed for second seasons but were so great and you were worried weren't getting them, like One Punch Man. So today I'm going to actually reveal to you what I personally found on a site, or at least on the Twitter feed of one of the anime producers who works in the anime community, or at least used to. So this anime producer is named Maryna Sasaki. He's responsible for producing Parasite anime adaptation, as well as Spice and Wolf and a couple of other notable anime. So basically, Maryna Sasaki has come out and said that there is a reason why your favorite animes aren't getting a season 2. And it kind of ties into what I've always been telling people, because essentially it's economics. And the way they say it is basically not your fault, but in a way it kinda is. It's kind of like an economic fault. And I'm about to read to you some of the tweets that they have sent. Now mind you, all of these tweets are from 2015, so it's only been a year since this has come out, and you know, it's not really changed that much. So let me give you some of the tweets that Maryna Sasaki sent. Basically what he's saying is, manga gets adapted into an anime. Anime becomes popular. Manga sales rise. Anime Blu-ray discs do not sell. The pain experienced by the companies that shell out 200 million yen to make an anime that does not sell well, while the manga that didn't pay a single yen does, makes us think, did we sign up for this? So basically what the producer is saying, what happens in the anime industry is similar to what happens with, sort of would have happened if you put it into perspective. If you put it into perspective in westernized terms, they're saying that, for example, the Harry Potter franchise. Luckily for us, the Harry Potter franchise invoked both sales for the movies and the books. They're like saying that the Harry Potter franchise, they're based off of J.K. Rowling's books. You spend millions and millions of dollars on a film, or even if they were to do, say, a TV show out of it. And they went and they spent all these millions of dollars into putting all of this effort in, and they don't sell the DVDs, but the books are flying off the shelves because people want to see more, and they haven't really adapted, or they want to see the differences between the show adaptation to the book original source material, so the source material ends up getting sold out more despite not having to put in millions and millions of dollars to pay for the book. But the DVDs or the movies that they're not making as much. So that's basically what they're saying here, and that's what the anime companies are like, we're not going to spend millions of dollars just so we get cut short. It's kind of like when you get a flopped film. The praise of the film could be amazing, but if nobody buys it, then that could be an issue, which is one of the reasons why I personally always tell people, if you want a second season, if you want to have all this different stuff, you need to support and buy product. And it does kind of interest me when I see anime fans who think that they're entitled to a second season, or certain demographic of anime fans who believe that anime shows should start being catered to a certain race of people, when in reality that these anime are by Japanese people, for mostly Japanese people, except for the occasional ones who want to make something off of fantasy from a different country of origin or base it off a story from somewhere else. This entitlement is hilarious. You probably will not buy or support any of their products, or haven't done in the past, and most certainly won't now, but you're demanding, I want my season 2, I want my movies, I want more representation of other races, when it just simply is unrealistic, and we are seeing this from someone who is actually in the industry, and that is why they don't want to waste their money on things like that, when you're not even gonna buy the DVDs. And to basically reaffirm what I am saying, this second tweet after saying, If a manga is selling by the truckloads, then it has it made. Naturally, people will start expecting a season 2, even if the manga sells, but not even 1 yen goes back to the anime company and the Blu-ray discs do not sell. There's no way a second season will be made. So essentially, like I said, entitlement. You expect a season 2, you want the season 2, oh wow, this manga's great, but you don't want to pay the money for the DVDs. And I kind of understand from a westernized perspective because we have to pay the import tax and all that stuff. Anime and manga can get very expensive, and most people, they'll either buy it, try to find it cheaper on eBay or Amazon, but then again, that doesn't work. I understand, especially for those who are crunching pennies, but at the same time, do you want a season 2 and see these sales go? Or do you want to just buy the manga or not buy it all and just illegally stream and then never have your season 2? A lot of people say the anime is more interesting than the manga when you say read the manga. Well, you have to support what you want. In order to get things moving and to get progress, you have to support and put a significant amount of money into it, even if you just buy 1 DVD. He continues on to tweet saying, "What if you sell a lot of licensed merchandise from the show? Royalties from the anime merchandise is just a small percentage of revenue. If you sell 10 million yen worth of merchandise, only a few 100,000 yen will go to the anime company. If you do not sell a lot of merchandise, then you won't be a large sum. In the end, it is tough if the Blu-ray discs do not sell." Like I said, people say, oh well, I buy merch. That's very insignificant number. People have to pay those people to get merch made, the anime company, and then split it up and divide it amongst the people who made it, the company that made the merchandise, the distribution, and then there's a percentage essentially that, you know, of course goes to the original creator, and that's for their actual work licensed. Essentially, you need to buy those DVDs. If you love the anime, support it. It goes on to say, a second season being brought up by a production committee only happens in the best cases. Most committees do not even talk about a second season. They look at the 3rd or 4th Blu-ray volume and calculate that can minimize their losses. Even streaming, which was supposed to be a ray of hope, is not strong enough to be a moneymaker. So even it seems streaming isn't that good. And I know some companies like Aniplex are extremely expensive. But then again, you're getting a good anime disc, and some of them even come with warranties for at least a year. He goes on to say, how is anime made and how is it supposed to make money? It would be great if anime companies could reveal how they do it. A concrete example with real figures would be ideal. And I think I would love to see those numbers because it seems like the producer is trying to say it's not really your fault, but it kind of is. It's kind of like they're being the polar opposite of video game companies, saying that you feel entitled to get certain things, then you need to pay for it. But the Japanese are saying it in the most nicest way possible. If you want your season 2, you need to buy our product in order to show that it is valuable enough to get a second season. For customers, Blu-ray discs are too expensive. There's too much anime being made. There are anime that audience doesn't even consider buying. There it is. That is a lot of the problem, at least as far as I know, in the Western world, where everyone is like, those discs are too expensive, or they didn't really like that anime enough. But then online you're saying, I want a second season, when am I getting my season 2? When? But you haven't. I know very few people, I could probably count, who actually buy what they really want to have a next season of. Now, any anime I ever want a second season of, I probably already have it owned on DVD, if it's not already. Things like yaoi anime, you can't really buy unless you buy in the dealer's room, and it's really, you're just buying to the person who bought it, and you're putting money in their business, plus the import tax. You can't really, as far as yaoi anime, unless it's like modern day, like Dramatical Murder, and you order it online, or say the Animix of Your Love Is My Prize in Viewfinder. Dokusei, there's a DVD release of that that's going to be coming out if it hasn't already, and it's very hard to buy yaoi anime directly from the source to give them as much money as they want, but even then they seem to be thriving because at least in Japan, their demographic, the fans, while they are very underrated and sometimes they adjust the yaoi to try and make it appeal to everyone else, fujoshis and yaoi fangirls in Japan buy more of their merchandise than normal fans would on normal anime. it's essentially because it is more of a demand for those good stories, and they really want them, and they will really be there to support them. Now, it also says, on the business side of the perspective, Blu-ray disc cannot be substituted as main revenue source. So that means you can't really substitute merchandise from the Blu-ray discs. And there's no place for anime in a world of disposable fads. So they're speaking directly in Japan, I believe. Now, Western world, you could probably get the import tax plus the licensing. That's probably why they have resorted to allowing Western companies to just shell out those dub licensings and allowing them to dub their anime so they can maybe get more money from it. But then again, that doesn't really give them money, because even with streaming and buying the dub, so technically not your fault, but still kinda is. My final thoughts, it kind of baffles me that people will buy fan art of something opposed to the original product, you know? It's kind of interesting to me, which I am all for supporting artists and their relief, whether it be fan or original, a little bit more on the original side. But if you want your season 2, then just show your support as much as you can. Try not to illegally stream, buy the DVD or Blu-ray for you can have the physical copy, and show your support through your coin, because that's the only way season 2s get made. Coin. That's why One Punch Man was so successful. Them DVDs were flying off the shelves, and so were the manga. Coin. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. It was just a little update video I wanted to give you on, because I know I've been hearing it a lot, and then I finally stumbled across this on the website. I have the link to the website where they had the article and the tweets from the producer in the description down below. Please let me know what you think. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think that it's a lot more trouble than it's worth with the anime industry? Do you think they need to change the way they market themselves? What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down are fine too. It's just a little something I'm experimenting with, trying to give out some anime news while my other videos get finished. With that being said, guys, if you are new here, please do subscribe to my lovely channel. I try to put out at least 1 to 2 videos every week. So without further ado, peace, love, and stay groovin', humans. Bye!